What's going on, everyone? From LowKick MMA, my name is Dave Podolsky, and I'm joined with Petroski here at the Art of War Cage Fighting 32 Champions. Andre, thanks so much for taking the time.
Appreciate it, brother. Thanks for having me.
100%. You know, you are a Hall of Famer here at the Art of War Cage Fighting Champions. It must be nice for you to come back to Philly, kind of seeing you. You know, you graduated.
Yeah,
you're honored here. Fans all love you here. It's gotta be nice.
yeah, it's cool. Like when I was leaving my house, I put live casino into my GPS, and it was 12 minutes. I was like, wow, that's pretty sick. You don't get to travel 12 minutes. I traveled 12 days for my last fight, but 12 minutes is kind of cool. Yeah.
You know, so not the result you wanted coming out the loss and Chuck Hera. I give you all the credit in the world. That is just to take that fight on short notice, not the result you wanted.
Yeah.
I mean, to take that fight is incredible.
Yeah. I mean, high risk, high reward, so it is what it is. That's the fight game. But I don't change it. I wouldn't change anything. I would do the same thing over again. Yeah.
And standing next to you right now, I can see a little cup. Doesn't look too bad.
Yeah, no, I'm good. Health is good. I was sparring on Wednesday, so yeah, everything's good.
You know, outside, probably a concussion, any other injuries from that fight?
No, I'm good.
When can we expect to see you back?
Not till next year. Yeah, I'm definitely done for the year. Just want to focus on getting better, to be honest. Definitely have some stuff to work on, obviously, and I don't really want to fight right now. Right now I'm just focused on getting better. Yeah.
What do you think needs to improve?
Definitely continue to grow my striking. I've been definitely working my boxing and my striking from orthodox. My last two fights were I was mainly southpaw my whole career. I was a right-handed southpaw for 20 plus fights, and then the tournament fight was the first fight that I fought orthodox, and I really started falling in love with having a right hand and stuff. So continuing to develop that is that's my plan.
Yeah, and I'd say we keep seeing your game evolve. I mean, maybe not the last fight, ended so quickly. But I think about that Gerald Mearshot Boston. Yeah. I mean, that was just a barn burner fight. Yeah. And really a fight that was given Mearshot's credentials.
Yeah.
Was on paper your toughest fight in the UFC. I think you passed out flying colors.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the Mearshot fight, it was definitely good, really good experience for me. My mindset going into it was, he's way more dangerous on the ground than on the feet. So a lot of that fight took place in the standing, striking. But if I were to go back, I wish I would have grappled more. Obviously I got the win, and that's what matters. But I do when I go back and I think about it, I wish I would have grappled. I have a lot of confidence. I know where my grappling stacks up against the high level guys. So yeah, I mean, I don't want to say I took the safer route, but it is what it is. Yeah,
I feel but it shows kind of how well rounded.
Yeah,
against a guy like Mearshot,
yeah,
you're able to say, okay, this guy's a grappler.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go in there and strike. Then you also fought, a guy like Maximov, who's a high level grappler.
Yeah,
you choked him out.
Yeah. No, I mean you're right for sure.
What would you say, if anything, is a weakness in your game that you're looking to improve?
Always the cardio. Yeah, I mean, my striking has come a long way, and I will continue to improve on it. Obviously, my grappling's I still believe my grappling is the best in the divisions. So it's just a matter of going out and proving it.
It's tough to deny. I think coming out of Ultimate Fighter, I think people forgot, because you didn't win that season.
Yeah.
But your 5-fight win streak, I think it flew way under the radar. It just got broken, but again, it's a 6.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, remind me how many days notice you took that fight.
10 days.
Yeah, so 10 days notice against Hera, and it's not to take anything away from Michelle Hera. It's also, it was a quick knockout. I feel like you probably would agree. You didn't necessarily get the chance to show everything.
Yeah, I mean, look, every time that I've lost in my career, going back to when I was an amateur, I always come back way stronger. I lost on the Ultimate Fighter, and I won 5 straight. My first 3 were all finishes. So I've always, every time I've taken a loss in life and in fighting, I've always come back way stronger.
Yeah, I mean, I love that mindset. It's a lot of times I'll hear fighters say, I'm coming off a loss. I want to immediately get back in there and adventure. I love the fact that you're saying, you know what? Okay, I took this loss. I need to go back and get better.
Yeah.
When is there a timeline? Is there a date necessarily to say that you're looking to get back?
Yeah, I mean, January would be like 8 weeks from November, which would be perfect. Yeah.
How quickly after the last fight did you get back and train? If you went back?
I went back on Monday.
Got it.
Yeah, I got nothing else to do. You know what I mean? I don't have a job, so
Fair enough.
I hang out with my kid, and then I go. I'm like, all right, let's go practice.
Remind me where you're training, who you're like go to.
Yeah, so my home gym is Team Taino in Haddonfield or in West Collingswood Heights, but my other gyms are Marquez MMA. That's where we do like all the sparring, and Web Fitness and is also in Jersey. But yeah, we got 6 guys in the UFC. It's me, Joe Pfeiffer, Pat Sabatini, Sean Brady, Jeremiah Wells, and Nursel Tom too. So
Nursel Tom as well.
Yep. Yeah. So
it's funny because I hear all those names. I
Yeah.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah. I mean, we have a lot of other guys that come down to train too, but like Randy Brown comes down. He's from New York, but he's been training with us a lot recently. He has a fight coming up, so yeah.
And so, just hearing all those names, it kind of proves my point of something that I've been pushing for a while. I'm pushing my podcast. I push on here. The UFC needs to come back to Philadelphia.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think that they were supposed to come back to Philadelphia. Obviously COVID kind of slowed that process down, but I think it's only a matter of time for sure.
The pitch I'll make is one of the few. Paul Felder's back in USADA pool, obviously for the guy. I think you have Paul Felder in his main event. You have Pfeiffer, Sabatini, Sean Brady, Jeremiah, and if there are any other guys I'm missing, and if there's any guys who are maybe just outside the UFC, maybe someone tonight was there's so much Philadelphia talent.
Not to mention Bill Algeo, the Dawkins brothers. There's a bunch of guys, and then all the guys up in New York, Sarah Longa. Like we can put on a good card for sure.
I feel, and tell me if I'm wrong, I feel like the reason that maybe he hasn't gone back to Philly, I was talking to Joe Pfeiffer about this, is there isn't necessarily a guy from Philly right now who's like a big star in the UFC, but there's so many guys like yourself, like Joe Pfeiffer, like Sean Brady, Pat Sabatini. You don't need me to list out our team.
I mean, I think Joey's in the making of being that star. Obviously.
And I'd say you are too. I mean, come out.
I appreciate it. But I think Joey has the making right now to be like a mega star in the UFC, and he could definitely main event and be the main event for a card in Philly. Yeah, me and Joey have been training partners since like his first ever amateur fight. We were teammates at 302 in Delaware, and we've headlined and co-headlined cards through Art of War all the way coming up. I
mean, obviously he got a big push from the Dana promo of but after that he's had 3 UFC fights and 3 finishes. All finishes, all dominant. As someone who's known him since his first amateur fight, how cool is it for you just seeing his success? It's
super awesome. And like Joey's one guy that like when he was down, like when he had the whole elbow surgery and the whole injury, and I was coming up, so he had been out for like a year and a half, like, and he needed a second surgery on the arm, and it wasn't looking good. And I fought Maximov, like he came out and was always like never envious or jealous at all, just like super happy for my success, even when he was down. So like, now that he's up, it's cool to see, you know what I mean? Like he deserves it.
I mean, that's what I love about Philadelphia fighters. It's such a strong bond between all the fighters in Philly. For you, going forward, right? Once you're back to the cage, you mentioned like you've always taken your losses and come back. What's the path? You're coming off the loss, but after this, what's the path going forward?
I don't think I took a step back, to be honest. And as far as like the rankings go or not, like I still want like a guy in the top 20 when I come back. Like that's where I'm at with it. Like I wanted a guy in the top 20 before this fight with Pereira. I took this fight on 10 days notice with Pereira. Like, I don't think it sets me back at all. Like, I don't think I should have to fight back much. Like, that's where I'm at with it.
I mean, to be honest, again, I'm not just a matchmaker, but I thought 5-fight winning streak, especially the beating Joe when you're starting, that's a wild fight.
Right.
I thought you could have been in line for a top, right?
Yeah.
But I give you all the credit for taking the fight there. So certainly, I don't see them having to put you against a guy who's not,
Right.
Yeah. It's not that there's no one in the UFC's bad. You've earned a name.
Yeah.
Someone who's not necessarily only one.
Yeah.
Do you see yourself? Is there, it's tough to call out a fighter after coming off a loss. Was there anyone who you are really looking at as like this is the guy on this?
There's a lot of guys, but they're all matched up, and I'm not fighting this year anyway, so but yeah, there's a lot of guys. I like Andre Muniz. I like that Paul Craig fight. I obviously love the Bo Nickel fight. That's like that's the red panty night.
Yeah.
That's the easy work, but yeah, I mean, there's a bunch.
It's funny because those guys are all grapplers too.
Yeah, Adolfo Vieira is a good grappler. Like as a jiu-jitsu world champion, I would love to test myself against him.
Yeah. It's funny. I interviewed Joe. He named the exact same three fighters. You didn't mention Bo. You mentioned Vieira, Muniz, and Paul Craig.
Yeah, Paul Craig's a good one. I think Joey and Paul would be a good matchup. Yeah, I mean, I like the Brendan Allen fight, to be honest, but I don't think they're going to give me a guy in the top 10. But I would love that fight. Yeah.
Well, regardless, Andre, all the credit in the world to you, man, for taking that fight.
Yeah.
Absolute gangster. I mean, you've been 5-1 since you got to UFC. A little pickup. I can't wait to see you get back in the Octagon and just go on this big winning streak. Pleasure doing an interview with you. My final question: thoughts on the Phillies?
Fuck yeah, good. Let's go. Go Birds, go Phillies. I'm actually going to the Birds game on Sunday.
There you go.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
There you go. Prime time against the Dolphins. Anyways,
Yeah.
Andre, thanks so much for taking the time.
Appreciate it.
Guys, Andre Petroski.
All right, I got it.
Make sure to subscribe to the LowKick MMA YouTube channel for all the latest news, event previews, and interviews with some of the biggest stars in MMA.